Hello, people of the internet, and welcome back to Let's Play Bionicle for the GBA.
Is this that thing from Super Paper Mario?
Which one?
The one with the head that moves exactly like that?
Even though this came out years before Super Paper Mario?
Yeah, but it's not a first party title, so it automatically stole it.
Oh, anyways, this is probably gonna be the last boss we'll fight for a while because the other places are pretty much like, why do we need bosses? We're just there to add filler to the game.
You know what I love?
The music.
Well, it's okay, but I like when the boss like does that with his head, like goes forward, because I can imagine him being all like yum 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 yum.
Delicioso?
I'm gonna eat ya.
Oh.
I'm gonna eat ya. Yum 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 yum. It's just like you imagine. Oh, that was uncomfortable.
It's only uncomfortable if you think it's uncomfortable. Yay!
Great. That was really abrupt.
Well, oh well. No! I hate this place! Ah!
Now you need to play through this entire place while providing commentary.
Even though I re-recorded it. And by the way, I'm standing here because... yeah. I stood there because... reused designs. Yay.
Dude, he has a core medal on his back. I hope you know that.
This is like this is like the second worst level in the entire game because there's a whole lot of backtracking, but it's not as bad as the last level, which is literally a maze in a 2D game without a map. Yeah, that's gonna go over well.
Yeah, it's gonna be great to see. And then have live commentary over as you try to beat it and brave the depths of the maze. It's gonna not talk about post-commentary anymore.
Well, you're the one talking about that.
I'm just not going to anymore, though. I was thinking, why is the snow green?
The snow looks pretty white to me. Oh, you mean on the floor?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be ice.
I don't think ice is that color.
Yeah, it is.
The frozen jello.
Frozen jello? That doesn't sound good.
Huh. What would frozen jello be like?
You know,
then,
you can't.
like,
that's like freezing milk.
Or like when you like start eating jello and then it all kind of comes apart into a billion pieces.
No.
And it's just not cool anymore.
No.
Oh, well, for all the not plebeians watching this and know what I'm talking about, think of freezing that.
All I heard was plebeians and freezing.
That's all you need to hear.
I'm not sure how I feel about this. By the way, by the effing way.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
By the way, maybe it's my fault. It's most likely my fault. But this game isn't good at telling you what you can and can't break until the last minute. It never shows you what you're able to break because your partner is supposed to allow you to break certain walls. But you're not. But it's kind of hard for you to know, considering most walls look exactly the same. And I got lost. Well, you'll see a bit later. But I got lost, hardcore, because I don't know what I could break, and it took me a good 30 minutes to edit everything together.
Hey, want me to tell them about the menu?
No.
Okay.
Well, it might be something to talk about since I'm just probably gonna die this entire time.
Alright, so basically, for a school project, we had to come up with a fictional restaurant and then make a menu for it with a complete history of the restaurant and all that. So I decided to name my restaurant Hot Poultry, where we specialize in spicy chicken wings. And I gave the menu to Marcos, and he said he quite liked it. So Ugh. So I'm gonna read you the history of the establishment. You may be wondering how such an amazing restaurant ever came. This is like the second or third page. It all goes back to one fateful day. Dallas, last name, the founder and owner of Hot Poultry, was attending a Snoop Dogg concert. Looking to make a few dollars, he set up a small table outside the concert hall's entrance. At this stand, he sold his renowned Max Heat Chicken. Not much business was attracted until Snoop to the D.O.Double-G's performance came to a close. Then, with his head down, looking at the fruits of his labor, he heard a voice. How much for a wing? When he looked up, he was astonished to see none other than the Snoop himself. Staggering, he let out 99 cents. That's tight. Lifting the wing up to his mouth and taking a bite, Snooperoni said, "Dang son, that's one hot wing." You too, said Dallas, panicked for a quick response. Snoopzilla's enlightening words led Dallas to an epiphany. In that moment, he knew his purpose in life. He was destined to heat poultry for the enjoyment of others. Commentator.
And sell
To
chicken
assure
on the
that-
side.
Yeah, that's my side job. Chicken salesman by day, YouTube sensation by night.
Sensation
Anyway.
meaning 8 subscribers.
Yep. To assure that his dream come to fruition, he worked hard. After saving a small amount of money, he purchased a small building from the police department. Apparently it had been the scene of a murder, but why trust what the police chief says, right? After spiffing the place up a bit, he opened the doors of Hot Poultry, as we know it today. So what do you think?
That was awful. 0 out of 10. Best story I've ever read.
And then there's a separate menu. There's a menu for the varying degrees of hot wings, ranging from mild to nuclear warfare. Nuclear warfare. Words. And then there's a separate menu. It's the menu for babies who can't handle the heat, where you saw hamburgers, french fries, chicken fingers, and hot dogs.
Meanwhile, in the gameplay world,
Whoa. Dude.
we're almost done with the game, by the way. It's just 2 more levels, just this one and 1 more, and then we're done.
Aquatic ambience, dude.
I guess.
Scuba Nui. It's fun to say. I'm just gonna piss off all the Bionicle fans. Scuba Nui.
Scuba Nui. Gee.
Scuba Nui. Sounds like you're trying to pronounce a Spanish dish when you're really white. It's like, hello sir, what would you... that was Indian, you know, Muddy Road. Hello sir, what would you like today? Yeah, I'll have the Scuba Nui? Yeah. I'll have a medium order of the Scuba Nui.
But well, what really I'm just trying to show here that these are really annoying. But what would be the point of ordering something that you don't know what it is?
Well, he knows what it is, he just can't pronounce it because he's white.
But you're pronouncing it like this is a Scuba Nui? You're like you don't know what it is.
Yeah, because he's afraid of sounding racist to the Indian man, so he's trying his best to pronounce it correctly.
Mexican Indian man.
I said I'd roll with it being Indian, so why not? Wait a second, you get a double jump in this game?
4 parts in, and you barely noticed that?
I hadn't realized.
Yes, you got a double. It's what I've been ranting on in part 2, and I ranted on that a little bit earlier.
Oh, we recorded the commentary for part 2 like a week ago.
I even said earlier, like an hour earlier, the double jump is really unreliable. I told
Maybe
you
it's unreliable because it doesn't exist.
when we were on the bridge. I said I died so many times because the double jump was really unreliable.
They said the bridge was really unreliable, and I was like, yeah, it is. That's why it's falling.
Okay. Okay, whatever. By the
But
way,
you get a
F you,
disc
mask
to
part.
throw?
That mask part is just there to annoy you, because you can't get it. You can, but I don't feel like getting it.
That's a bully situation. Are you gonna be a bystander, or are you gonna stand up to the bullying?
Hashtag stop the Matoran bullying.
I think that turtle's a bit flamboyant. Hey, it's Bravo.
One part can we get through without having a reference to Toku?
Sorry.
One part. You know what?
I'm sorry.
Next time we make a bet, I'm gonna bet you that you probably can't go through without like an entire LP without referencing Toku.
Well, if it's like a one-part LP. If it's a one-part LP.
You know, I bet you right now. The Jet Set Radio LP. You can't go an entire. If you can go throughout the entire LP without referencing Toku, Kamen Rider, or Super Sentai. And that game is really influenced on Japanese culture, by the way.
Okay, what can I get if I win?
I'll record 3 more LPs of whatever you want.
3?
3.
How long is the game?
I would say about 10 parts.
What if you bring it up, then can I talk about it?
I'm not gonna bring it up either.
What if you do by happenstance?
Then I guess I lose.
I'm gonna make that bet. But if I start saying something and then stop myself mid phrase, like mid word, then don't kill me for that. But yes, I'm willing to make that bet. And if I lose, here. If I lose, you don't have to play Lightspeed Rescue.
and I can only mention Toku if it's absolutely necessary for a reference, and that's inside the game.
Okay. But if you do end up slipping, like when we tried to go 5 minutes without saying the word meme, then it slipped out of your mouth accidentally.
So yeah.
Don't worry, kiddos at home. We only talk about memes ironically. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Not unironically.
You know what this means, kiddies?
It's ripping time.
Oh, by the way, some of the mechanics are really off, as you saw there. But when you can only press those switches when you're your partner, and sometimes they don't go down when you jump on them multiple times.
The swimming and partner mechanic in this game function way like 9 times cooler than Donkey Kong Country.
I think it's kind of weird how like whoever's in front can get hurt, but if whoever's in back can just go through anything. I mean, I know the Game Boy or older generations can't really handle like 2 entities, controllable entities at once or stuff like that. But it's still kind of weird that like how Tails in Sonic 2 can die all he wants and always come back.
You too.
But you lose life.
Okay.
And you get game overs.
Oh, there are actually game overs in this game?
Yeah.
Where like how far does it set you back?
To a very beginning of the game.
Oh, so it's a hardcore game.
Hardcore meaning I maxed out my lives.
How many lives do you have?
9.
Well,
technically 10, because zero counts as a life. It's one of those games.
Oh.
See the number games. 9 below the hearts?
Yes.
Yeah, that's how many lives I have.
Yes.
It's so hardcore, right?
Yeah. Joke about the number of cure users up until Torin.
No, you.
I am still just looking at how he walks. Also, why does he look like Gumby?
Gumby?
Yes, Gumby.
I don't see.
Look at his pants, dude. when he jumps. Look at his pants.
I don't see it.
I have to wait until he's out of the waterfall.
I saw it. I mean, dude, I played this game. I recorded it. I
Touché.
think I would know how he looks like when he's jumping.
Yes.
Oddly enough, I didn't take any fall damage there.
I was about to make a joke about how you recorded first 3 parts, but you're recording this live, and I just stopped myself. But I still said I mentioned it, so I guess that counts.
You know what this means.
Um,
It's time for a coffee break and to watch more Sentai.
same.
Yeah.